Hi, it's me, Daniel Russell, and I'm back again for another Miss Malaika Pyramid video. Yes, this is a new season. This is the Radiant season, and the delegates are not here to play with us. They are not here to play games with us. This season, you could tell that they all came prepared, spiced up, gingered up, ready to battle it out for the ultimate crown, car, and the cash. This season, the metrics for analyzing the delegates has changed. Yes, each season with its own metrics for analyzing the delegate. Wait, not just that, the pyramid has also changed. It's not going to be the top 5 delegate or the top 5 group that did well in each episode. Now, all the delegates have a spot on the pyramid, but the pyramid is divided into 5 tiers. So based by their weekly tags, how well they are doing, the effort they are putting in to be seen, and also how well they are working hard to win the crown will determine the slot or the tier they fall in each week. And let me break down the pyramid and the tiers for you. So on the pyramid, at the base is the honorable mention. Yeah, no, I'm not leaving my honorable mention alone. So the base is now for the honorable mention. And these are the delegates in the competition running to become the next Miss Malaika delegate. But we are still not seeing their performance. Like, we are not feeling it. I think they need to put in more work. They need to do extra homework to get to a higher tier. And I personally think they are still in the competition and running for Miss Malaika because they have good vote and they have a lot of votes, and it's the vote that is keeping them in. No shade. After the honorable mention is the soft lunch tier. With the soft lunch, these are for the delegates who are in the competition and they are working hard. But some people need time, so they are crawling. But not that they don't have the potential. They have the potential to be the next Miss Malaika delegate. But they are working in their own space and they need time to grow. But although they need time, they also need to put in more effort. Otherwise, I am afraid that they might not make it to the top 10, but I will still rooting for them, and they are my soft launch. After the soft launch tier is the sickening tier. That is my buddies. They are in the middle there. They are not necessarily the hype ladies who will be seeing them winning all tags. They are not losing tags. They are just in the middle. They are working hard. They can easily make it to top 10. They have what it takes to be in top 10, but they are very shaky. They may not necessarily have the vote, but I pray that this year the second tier has the vote to push them into the top 10. Next, after the second tier and one step below the top of the pyramid is the main character energy. These are the delegates. I call them my top 5 delegates, aka my buddies. They are the delegates working hard, putting in much effort, making sure they are winning all their tags, and also working hard to get our vote to progress them to the next level. They can easily make it to top 5 and possibly win the crown. But however, they have some few things to work on, to improve on. They are not giving us their 100% yet, although we could see them. They have it. You just have to give it to us. Starting off with the honorable mention list is McQueen. I think McQueen was very nervous on that day because she could see it and she was all over the place and she couldn't get her presentation intact. Seeing her on the audition stage and now, there was a little bit vast different because at the audition stage, she was able to express herself very well and she was well put together. Well composed and graceful. But in this episode, it didn't go well for her. And I hope she's able to bounce back and give us something exciting and interesting. Next on the honorable mention list is Matilda. Matilda did pretty well, not very exceptional, but she was okay. She had okay scores in most of the categories. I think where she really fell low because I didn't have anything about her was the advocacy and the impact category. I didn't get what kind of project she would like to embark on when she wins the crown or after Miss Malaika. I didn't know, she didn't make it clear to us what her social influence or impact would be. Moving on to the next tier is the soft launch, and I'm starting with Gillian. Gillian did pretty okay. She scored a little bit above average across board. She was interesting a bit. You could tell that she was also nervous and all. One thing that I felt like her presentation didn't really stand out, and also she seems not to be memorable. She's competing with 19 other delegates, so I need her to own the screen when she comes on. Her charisma needs to be big. She needs to give us big energy. Next is Hamdia, but she wasn't very striking. She wasn't very memorable. She was okay, and I feel like she had a lot of content, but she couldn't deliver well with passion and own it. Like, yes, I'm that girl. I did all this and I can do more. That was what I was trying to get from her. Next on the soft launch is Hannah. Hannah was very dull. It felt like she didn't have energy. I don't know, but if it's because of production and she felt like she has been there for too long, baby girl, you sign up for this. Miss Malaika takes long hours, production takes long hours, beauty pageant takes long hours. You can stand up from morning to evening and you are expected to have energy, smile, be beautiful and all. So that is not it. But I kind of like the content in her presentation a little bit, but because of her lack of energy, where she seems dull, I didn't really enjoy her presentation, and which kind of affected her charisma and her confidence and her delivery as well. But one thing I like about her is that she keep on pushing Nash on my hair. I don't know if Nash on my hair is sponsoring her. If it is sponsoring her, kudos to that. I know that's where she works, but if Nashoma is sponsoring her in the competition, kudos, because I think it's working, because she got me to follow Nashoma hair, which is a plus on her, and which she deserves a raise. Just saying. Next is Pfizer. Pfizer was okay, another okay delegate, not too wild, although there was a little bit hitches here and there in her presentation, and I'll assume that might be from maybe her first time doing this, but she was okay. I also would say when she mentioned she's a communication student, it made me raise my bar a little bit, because she said that. I did not say that, because I expected more from her. But all in all, she was okay across board. Next is Zoe. Zoe kind of looked like Elizabeth from the Glow Up season. That's last year. If you squint a bit, they look alike. Probably like sisters, cousin, I don't know. But what I know is that she didn't do too well. Although she has it in her to move to other tiers, but last episode wasn't too good for her. Her presentation was feisty, like she was fighting with someone. She was shouting, she was and I was like, girl, calm down, reduce it down a notch. And I hope she learns from this and gets enough votes to stay and be able to give us some demurish thingy, because it was ladylike and she wasn't being lady at all. Sorry. Next is Chelsea. Chelsea is pretty chill. I like her presentation and I like how she went about everything. One thing I like about her is that she keep mentioning her insurance background and how she hopes to use that as a tool for an advocacy. I like that, and I don't think if that is a strong project to embark on, or if that's a personal thing she wants to do, but she has her own main project. I don't know, but what I know is that she has a lot of room for improvement. And if she's able to work on her charisma, her eloquence, which is good, but it needs to be top notch, unbeatable, she can easily clock to top 10. Yeah. The next delegate, who is the final delegate on the soft launch list, is Tracy. Tracy, I would say I had so much expectation from her because she's an artist, I'm an artist, so there's kind of a little bit bias here for me. So I was expecting her to deliver, not just deliver, devour all the delegate. But I don't know, and this is me making an excuse for her that maybe during production, but we don't care. We don't care if production was dragging. We don't care if you have to wait for 19 other delegates before it got to your 10. All that we care is your energy, your presence, your queenly. She had good content in her presentation. It wasn't like the usual thing that I've heard over the previous episode, which most of the delegates were repeating. Hers was quite unique, but she didn't own it, and she didn't put in energy, and she didn't speak with passion. That was what brought her down. It was her audition that put her in the soft launch. She needs to boss it up so that she could move to the other tiers. Moving on to the next tier, which is the sickening tier, we starting off with Nana Butri. Nana Butri give me the vibe of a unassuming delegate. She's that delegate who kind of hide like a panther, watching the prey to pounce on and devour. That's the kind of vibes I'm getting from her, because she has the looks, she has the confidence, she has the personality to be the next Miss Malaika queen. But it seems that she's a little bit hold back, reserved, waiting for the right moment to strike. Is it a good strategy? Honestly, I don't know, because I feel like she needs to be in the elite class, but she's holding back, which is putting her in the sickening tier. And I don't know how long she can sustain or how long she will pounce. Let's wait and see. The final delegate on the sickening tier is Erica. Erica did very well. I think she did very well, and she could have easily moved to the next tier. That's the main character energy. But when you go to her personal Instagram, she gave us the main character energy. She is the main character. She owns sport. She commands attention. She show up and show out. But when we get to the Miss Malaika platform, the pageant, she feels like she's blending to the back. And I know people use their own lighting and editing software to do that. It's not bad though, but the inconsistency when it comes to the Miss Malaika platform, that is where my worry is, because it doesn't, what she has on her personal page does not translate to the Miss Malaika platform, and it makes her fall back, blending to the background. She needs to know her angles, she needs to know which lighting works for her, and she needs to be able to communicate that. I don't think she can be able to communicate that. I am reaching, I know, but I feel like she needs to find something, because Erica baby girl is the spotlight, and she needs to be that. Step in the spotlight and shine, cause right now she's like the bounce burner, and she's like sparkle light from afar that we can't really see her, and I think we need to see her. That is what dimming her effort, because she's good. Next delegate to kick the main character energy starting is Sylvia. You know what? Sylvia is one of those delegates that you don't see them coming, you don't expect much from them, then boom, they surprise you. Because honestly, her presentation wasn't going too well. She was a little bit all over the place. I wasn't feeling her until she started speaking about her advocacy. And what made me felt for her was how passionate she was able to switch and be able to communicate what she wants to do, and how she was able to make me feel empathic for the community that she wants to help. That was a good one, and that was what pushed her to the main character energy. Will she be able to maintain her position on the main character energy? No. I feel like she will be falling down the tier, going down, unless she works on her screen presence, her eloquence, her confidence, and when she show up, she should own the screen. Moving on to the next delegate is Karen. Although Karen is on the main character energy, she doesn't give off that vibe. Although she did well across the categories, there's something about her that is lacking. I have not been able to pinpoint my finger on it yet, but there's something that is like a cloud that I'm not be able to see her well. Not a negative cloud, but something that will make her radiant. This is the radiant season, and I feel like there's something blocking her radiance. I don't know, but I feel like she needs to step her game up more. Give us double energy, double vibe, go in deeper with her presentation. Next is AC. I think AC did very well. She did very well. She was 10-10 across all categories except the advocacy and impact category, whereby I couldn't get or figure out what her advocacy would be, what impact she's looking at for. But I could tell that she's here to build an audience for her music. And for somebody who says she does music, I was expecting some melody, some music, something. Not too much, a little bit of melody, hymning here and there to solidify. And the reason why I'm saying that she should have sung something a bit was because her presentation was good. It just needed something to skyrocket it to the elite class, and it was missing, especially her advocacy and impact category. So that's why I'm thinking if she could have sung. But anyway, she's good. Top 5, yep, I see her in there. Next on the main character energy is Ayetemi. I like Ayetemi, honestly. She's becoming a favorite of mine. But however, she didn't score 10-10 across all board. And one thing as well that I was a bit upset with her was that when she was at the audition stage, she spoke a lot about her project and everything. And I was looking for her to speak more or touch a bit, join her, know your delegate, but she didn't, and which is a breach of the consistency, because this year we wanted consistent delegate. But although her presentation was good, she was good across all categories. I like the content. It felt a little bit refreshing, because most of the delegates were saying things that I've heard over and over again from different seasons. Another thing about her which is affecting her marketability and relatability is when you look at her personal Instagram page and her on the Miss Malaika platform is her fashion. When she's on her personal Instagram page, she's very daring. She has exquisite, unique looks, and her fashion choices are very daring and peculiar to her. It has a little bit of touch of a body, which I like. But when it comes to Miss Malaika, I don't feel that. I don't get that. And it makes me question how authentic is she, because her looks on Miss Malaika is not flowing well with her looks on her personal Instagram page. She's very beautiful, and I love her daring and exquisite fashion sense on her personal Instagram page, and I wish I could get a little bit or more of that on Miss Malaika. Another thing about her that I like, I don't know, that's her strategy, is that when she talks, when she opens up, and when she does her presentation, she gives us a little bit about her, which makes us know her and also want to be her friend. But in the meantime, we like to know more about her and like to see more of her. She gives us something that we need for now, hoping for more for the future. Will this work for her? Let's see. The last delegate wrapping up the main character energy is Paulina. Paulina is very good. Honestly, I won't lie. I think she's very good. She has it. She has what it takes to be in the top 5 and possibly win the crown. Anytime I look at other delegates, I kind of side-eye her to see what she's doing and what she's coming up with. This episode, what brought her down is, like I've been saying, her advocacy and impact. And for her, I was looking more on the impact aspect because she has been on other reality shows. So I'm looking at what is she trying to influence, what impact is she trying to make, other than she talking about her business. And when she's talking about her business, she's not really selling it to us. So that is where I'm a bit shaken. And when I say I'm a bit shaken, it's because I don't know what inspired this business, what passion of her gave birth to those businesses, and why is she in those business. And knowing those adds some depth onto her. It doesn't make her just, oh, she has it. It gives us a confidence. It gives us something that we are able to relate to. That is the relatability factor, and it makes her more relevant, not just having the qualities. Moving to the top of the pyramid is the elite class, and we are starting with Candy. Candy is obviously an experienced delegate in there. She's a pageantry girl. She has been there, done that, so she knows all the rules and all the ways in and out. So my expectation of her is very high, very, very high. I think she scored 10s across all categories. I like that. I like her project, but I feel like it needs to be more personal. It needs to be something that could move people and can bring in donations, because organizations like when I say organizations, I mean this pageant organization, like a project that could bring in sponsors and it could bring in donors. And sometimes mental health doesn't do all that, although it's very important. When it comes to donations, we don't get that much from there. So I wish she's able to add a personal story which is make it more impactful, more relatable. Being a Miss Malaika delegate is all about connecting to the audience, and having a project that is personal is a key to connecting to the audience. The next delegate is Akosia. Akosia did very well last episode, 10 across all board. She was speaking well, looked good, delivering her content with so much elegance and grace. Although there was some little bit dramatic and theatrics here. I like a little bit of dramatic and theatrics, but it just went against the theme, because the theme was demure, graceful, queenly, and a ladylike, which had theatrics reduced that a bit. But aside that, she was good. I like her project that she wants to embark on, an SDG goal. That's a good one. However, she didn't explain how she intends achieving that, because unemployment is a big issue whereby a lot of people are unable to tackle that, even the government. Also, a little side note, I think she looks like Mrs. Gifty Dumelo. Am I tripping? Because when she give us that side profile, she looks a bit like Mrs. Gifty Dumelo. Maybe I'm tripping, or I'm seeing things. Anyway, I'm just saying that she's very beautiful, very pretty. The next delegate in the elite class, cruising it big time, is Daniela. Because if this is a scoring task and they're giving out most eloquent, definitely goes to Daniela. Most graceful and poised, Daniela. Since they were all dressed in ladylike Bridgerton, Daniela won it hands down. I love her presentation, how soft and kind she spoke. She was truly embodying the spirit. And not just that, she scored 10/10 across all board. And I really love her project as well. And I feel like it's been something we've not done in a long while in all beauty pageant, like going back to the rural area and helping the rural schools and making sure that the rural education system is up to par. She cannot do it by contributing her quota. I think that is good. This is a project that will not look good on her alone, but it will look good for the Miss Malaika brand as well. However, my only worries is that now Miss Malaika is geared more towards women issues and women development issues. So if she can find a way to chip in that or tailor her project towards that, thumbs up. And also another reason why she wasn't on my number one in my elite class is that I didn't get to see more of her at the audition stage. I didn't get to see her, although I've seen her audition before. I know she's from the past season, the glow up season. I still wanted to see her audition. Sometimes if you are not getting screen time, meaning you are not doing your best and you're not giving the producers what they want. This is Miss Malaika. It's also a media content. They are thinking about getting engagement, getting views. So they want delegates who are giving personality grades and entertaining and interesting to watch. So if you're not giving them that, they are not going to give you screen time. And if you're not getting screen time, we are not going to see how good, how interesting, how determined you are. And we're not going to vote for you. And you might end up being evicted. That does not mean that the producers have favorite. The producers are business people and they are working to get our attention. So you need to give them something that will make the producers give you more screen time. No shade to anybody, but that is what I'm trying to tell her. So this episode, she did very well, especially in the Know Your Delegate episode. She was graceful. When the camera cut to her, she was already camera ready, smiling, and I think she has one of the best smiles in this season. Her smile is radiant, just like the tagline. I'm not going to talk much. I want to see more of her. Now to the top lady in the elite class, Esther. Esther did very well in a Know Your Delegate episode. However, I think her best moment was in the audition stage. I think she did very well in the audition done there. Know Your Delegate. I've explained already. Maybe she was tired, but she was able to hold her own. Although you could tell that she was one of the few delegates and she has been there throughout the day. She was able to gather herself, be more graceful, more queenly. Although you could tell she was tired and all, she was able to sustain herself through that. Also, I also like her narrative, which makes her impact very strong. She has been consistent with that. Her love for cooking, her love for starting a restaurant, which she gave us a big history about that and how she found that love and how she's pursuing it. I think it's rich. It can be a tool for impact. It can be a tool to influence others. And I feel like that is a good fit for becoming the next Miss Malaika. Plus, she scoring all 10/10s across all categories, and she has a look, the physique. She's very bubbly. She has a cute smile. Her smile is very beautiful as well. I think she has it. Yes, she has it to be the next Miss Malaika queen. However, I have two fears. One, will she be able to amass enough vote to push her into top 5? Yes, that's what we are looking for, top 5. And two, she wasn't picked during the Tag and Queen section. Did she participated in the hashtag Tag a Queen, or she decided to just come for the audition? Anyway, looking at the Miss Malaika statistics from 2020 up to now, all the queens came from tag a queen. So it makes the delegates from the tag a queen having more upper hand than those who come from the open call. I don't know if she's going to be the delegate to break that cycle. I don't know. All in all, I'm wishing her well, and I hope to see what she comes on with in the next episode. This is it for this episode. Apologies for this long video. We are still figuring things out. So in the subsequent one, I'll try to make it short and crispy. But anyway, see short versions on other social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless. See you in the next one. Bye bye.